SEO. I'm back. This is where I'm sharing my experiences in SEO, both as an SEO and an SEO tester. The purpose behind this podcast has always been to bring SEOs together with the businesses that they serve in a more and equal balance of power. Yes, the business writes the checks, but the investment is in their business through the science of how Google works. So if you're an independent or agency SEO, I get you. Business owners or stakeholders, I was a local business owner of a CD and DVD duplication studio for a long time. And I understand trying to understand better, and often the only tool we knew was micromanaging and cost estimates. My advice, stay receptive. And remember, no matter how smart you are not an SEO. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 18 of Confessions of an SEO. All right. I have been absent for the last month. We had a family emergency, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I had to just let go, trying to be normal, and give myself permission to get back to this when I felt I could. And I didn't want there to be a gap, like in the numbering system. So if you remember Episode 17, if you remember that it was a long time ago, you are right. Now, since that time, I have spoken at and attended the YACSS SEO Conference in Denmark. Yes, that was an SEO software company that hosted the event. And if you ever get the pleasure of meeting Jesper Nielsen or Lotte, you'll understand how great this conference was. YACSS software is an automated cloud stacking software that builds SEO optimized HTML sites. Now, as an SEO tester, having to build sites to get a test going, that alone is worth the price of admission for that software. So yay. And that software is updated regularly and very much in response to what's going on in Google. So check that out. Now, I'd like to talk today about something that was an outgrowth of a conversation started by a small group of who I would call dedicated SEOs. Because, nothing screams dedication more than flying halfway across the world to come to an SEO conference. So let me clarify. They were coming to a professional SEO event with other professionals. It was a life-changing event for sure. My business life especially. There's a reason this podcast came to be. There's a reason that this isn't an interview SEO podcast. The desire was to add to a body of work, filling in a gap, not creating something that frankly already exists and by people who are doing an absolutely great job. So my intentions with Confessions was to build a bridge between the SEO or the SEO agency and the business or the stakeholders. Right now, there's a lot of misunderstanding, and you can hear it when you read comments that business owners make, comments that SEOs make. So I guess you're wondering, what did I uncover at this conference that might be a way to how to address, to build that bridge? So bear with me while I try and explain it. Okay, I'm going to use a really ridiculous example. If you get arrested for drunk driving, you know you need an attorney. Do you need to understand the complexity of the law? No. You just need to know that this attorney, the one that you picked, is either going to get you off the hook because you're innocent or minimize the penalty you have to deal with. You want to know they went to law school, that they passed the bar, and that they'll take your case. And really, that's about it, right? So if you're looking at jail time, what's $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? To a lot of people. You don't go lawyer price shopping. Like, hey, Maggie, I've got this lawyer who's charging me $30,000 to keep me out of jail. How much does your lawyer charge? Because I'm not sure I need an attorney. No, that is not how that happens in the real world. But in SEO, that's exactly how that happens. This week, I read a post on Facebook, and kudos to the person for the asking. Basically, they were having a hard time deciding if SEO would benefit their company. They had been pitched an SEO plan by their hosting company, and one of the packages was $900 a month. And the company was doing paid search ads, and the website was already findable and organic. That was their statement. And so they posted this, and then everyone was responding. But everyone was responding by talking about SEO. It takes time. SEO is a long-term investment. Every business can benefit from SEO. Hey, what's in that package? You probably need an audit, and so forth. So how the hell is someone who's not an SEO going to understand the SEO enough to know if that 900 package is going to move the needle for them, right? None of that is going to help a business owner because we're having the wrong conversation. So let's go back to that person who's not sure they need an attorney. The conversation is going to go like this. Do you think you can work from jail? Do you think your kids can catch a ride home from school while you're in jail? Now, I'm using the extreme for illustration only, not to make fun of anybody or anybody who's caught in a bad situation. Okay, I'm just using it to illustrate it. So if we use phrases like, well, SEO is the thing every business needs, we're having an SEO conversation. But what does a business owner understand? A business conversation. Now, we all know this. And I'm sure that as these words are coming out of my mouth, you're thinking, well, duh, of course. But what do we as SEOs do? We talk about audits, packages, long-term investment, but not the things that will help business owners or stakeholders make an informed choice because it's something they don't understand. As digital marketers, we need to patiently and kindly have the discussion that a business owner will understand. Much like Maggie's friend, we need to understand this on a basis that matters to their business, to the bottom line. Now, it is both simple and not easy at the same time because two things are true. Either a business owner sometimes doesn't really know their numbers. They don't know how many people they need to talk to before they can convert somebody. They may not know the full value, lifetime value of a customer or client. There's lots of things they just don't know. And then there are other business owners that do know their numbers and they consider them proprietary and they like to play coy because they're like trying to buy a six-pack of beer. So using that business from earlier that I found on Facebook that's looking at $900 a month for an SEO package, just understand I'm not talking about whether or not that 900 is too low or too high. So we're just going to be letting that be in this example. So I'm going to state straight up, it doesn't matter what's in that package. What matters is how much does a new customer or contract bring to that business? So let's say this business, they are in the business of drilling water wells. Now, you can look online. I did too, Home Guide, and they provide a range. For drilling a residential water well, it can range from just slightly under $4,000 to slightly over $15,000 for a complete system, installation, all the parts, everything. Now, if that SEO package can deliver just one new client from the SERPs, well, it's just paid for itself. So it didn't really cost the business anything. It paid for itself. Now, even if that package took 3 months to take effect, that's still a win-win arrangement. And likely, if that place is in Texas, there would be probably more than one new customer wanting a well. All right. So you see how that doesn't matter what's in that package, right? Okay, so now let's look at that company again and pretend in this example, they're not drilling water wells with thousands of dollars in revenue. They're selling handmade wood-turn candle holders that retail for $50 a set, and they sell them on Etsy. Now, to break even on that, just to break even, you would have to have 20 new customers a month, assuming that the profit is half of the retail. And it will never be, but assuming also that they're able to produce that much to only break even. See what I'm saying? So is SEO necessarily going to be as successful for that company? Probably not. I'm going to say obviously not. But it has nothing to do with what's in the package, but what it means to the business. You see, that's why I say we're having the wrong conversation. I've had the wrong conversations. I've been doing this for over 13, 14 years, and I've had the wrong conversations most of the time. So I'll just confess myself right out there, right? Moving forward. The only marketing efforts I'm going to spend any time doing are those that are going to build the business case for SEO. I love what we do, but let's face it. Businesses are like shingles. They don't care. The only thing that they care about is leads. And frankly, I think that makes the sales conversation a lot easier, right? So if you can talk about what it means to them, dollar-wise, and what it would take to get there, which may mean that's the case for the audit. It's like, hey, I don't know what you're missing, but we can find out what your site is missing, what's missing in the pieces of the puzzle, so that when you start putting money into this marketing machine, we can predict a little clearer what is going to come out on the other end for you and get them excited about that. So that's it for today. Thank you for letting me come back. I know I haven't hit you with any indexation stuff lately, but I do have news, and I'll save it for next week. Meanwhile, check out Crawl or No Crawl reports for any new findings in the ongoing indexation research. Come August, I will actually have been doing this for 2 years, which doesn't sound like long, but in SEO years, that's forever. Thank you to the supporters of Confessions. Thank you for being a listener. Please come back, bring a friend. And if you'd like to support this podcast, search for Confessions of an SEO Sponsor. Any of those top results will get you to where you can do it very easily and quickly. Check it out. Well, it's been my pleasure to be with you.